Hello everyone, and in today's clip I'm going to show you how to disable internal user in Cisco ISE software with Windows PowerShell custom script, and in this way to prevent any kind of human error or forgetting to disable it in some cases. In this case we will use Cisco ISE 2.7, so out of date version, but also this could be implemented in a newer version of Cisco ISE. And on the client where will be the script, we will use Windows 10 professional version. This script can be modified to use also for external users or some other purpose, and this script will be on my GitHub channel, which link is in description. Okay, let's begin. And the first, we are in Cisco ISE, and we first need to enable a RSI functionality, so the kind of API functionality of the Cisco ISE. So we will go to the settings, and here we will find RIC settings, okay, and change to from disabled to enable. Let's say okay, and click the save. Alright, this is the first step. The second step is to go to the admin access, and in administrators admin user create new admin user, and we will call it this purpose like this. You can choose whatever username you would like. The password will be 1234, just for the purpose of the testing. Of course, if you have some kind of password policy, you need to match it. And okay, let's, the most important, to choose the admin group to be in this RSI admin. Click submit, and we have now enabled this admin user. If we go back to the settings, and here where we enabled this API, we can go onto this link. It will ask for the login, and we can here check our username and password, is it working. So this is our username, our password, and you can see we logged in. So this is the first step to check does it work. Here you can find a different documentation, which is very useful for creating the scripts. Here it's in the Python code, but you can change it to any kind of different program languages. Alright, and that would be let's say the step of using Cisco ISE. Where if we go to the PowerShell, first what will we do? We will test network connectivity. So is it port 9060 open or not? In this case, we will use tnc command. Okay, test net connection. Computer name will be our Cisco ISE, and this others in my situation. Okay, port. This TCP port is what we need, and information level we will use DIT. Okay, so now it will attempt to use to connect to this Cisco ISE server. Let's wait it, and you can see it's true. So this is very important. So let's go to the next level. So go to our script. So I copied from mine GitHub channel, and I will go by section to describe a short overview of every section, so you can understand how this script is working, and then we will test it. So in the first part we set up configuration parameters. So in our case we will have this IP address of our Cisco ISE server. The port is the same, username this, and the password would be 1234. Okay, we set up this. The next is to see what about the SSL, because we have HTTPS communication. In this test purpose we will skip SSL certificate validation. Warning, this is only for the lab, not for the production environments. And this is the code for that purpose. Okay, and then we have our main function. So we call it disable internal user. Okay, you can choose whatever your name if you want to change. And parameter of the function is what is the target username. So which user we would like to disable. Before we continue, we will go back to the Cisco ISE, go to the identities, internal user, we see here nothing, and we will create some test user just for the purpose of, we can use generate password, whatever, and user, for example, employees. So we will create this user, and this user is enabled. So our script will change the status to disable. Okay, let's go back to the script, and you can see here, so this is our target username. Then write the whole, okay, start the process to disabling user, etc. And the first step is in the header of our HTTPS packets. So for the get and the put function in our API code, we need to put our admin username and password. It is important for authentication process. So authorization, you will see, you will use this encode authentication. Okay, then we go try and catch. For the, if we have some error, we will in the catch, we have some detailed explanation what is the error in the case it appears. And in the try we have, let's say, 3 parts. The first one is to search the user to get their unique ID. So to do any kind of changes of any kind of user in Cisco ISE, we need to know the IDs, not only for the users but also for the other purpose. And first we have username. By that username we will find the ID, and then we will do changes of that user. Okay, so this is the API URI where we can find by filter the username. Then we will get the ID. It is important that all communication, so the body of the HTTPS for get and put, is in the JSON syntax, just to know. So we say, okay, we found the user, if is user in our database in this case. Then here retrieve user object. So here we will get whole information about user. This is optional, so we don't need to have this. And here we define what we will send. So you can see here the most important part is this. So enable will be become false. But it is very important that these two fields, ID and name, is mandatory attributes we have to add. We will from part 3 call it, but we can just write it or whatever. Alright, so we have JSON. Then we will define how to do the put. Okay. So here is our put URI, invoke REST method, and we will say, okay, success or error. Here we defined, so we finish our function. So this is the how the flows go, and here we have target. In this purpose is only the test, but it can be the list or whatever, or from some other function or software or whatever. You can get the list of the internal users or just one user, whatever purpose you need. And here we run the function. Okay, we will save this, and when we start, okay, you can see here some errors. The term okay, so this is because of these comments. But we can write it. Okay, obviously we have some error, but whatever, we will skip for now. I will do the changes. Here you can see user is found, so found user ID, send request to disable user, and success user test, it has been disabled. So our script is working. I said this error is because of these comments. So our script is working. Let's go to the Cisco ISE. If we refresh this page, you can see the test user is disabled. Also, we can vice versa and make function to be enabling. Just in that case you will need to change these parameters to the true. So this is how you can make changes of the enable disable status of the user using Windows PowerShell software and Cisco ISE API. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative and valuable. In the case of any kind of question, please feel free to ask in comments. And in the case you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel and share it. Thank you, goodbye, and see you in the next video.